Alright, so it looks like we have a Great Mother's Q&A. Unfortunately, I had missed this when it was relevant, because as you see, it says 14 days ago, so 2 weeks. Largely, I would attribute me being late on this just due to the new forum style. I don't like the new forum style. It's the way they lay things out is just weird. They put like old articles at the top. So I see this old stuff and I think, okay, I'm caught up. I already saw that. But then I scroll just dicking around just to, I don't know, just to look and see what the old articles are. And then I'm like, wait, this isn't old. I never did Great Mother's Q&A yet. So anyways, I feel like this is a little irrelevant at this point because the Great Mothers are in the game. And depending on some of these players, if you're like a Kraken or something, then you already have this character at 7-star, probably in the relics, and this is just pointless. But let's just do it anyways. So, the questions are kind of weird here compared to how they're normally laid out, but let's just get into it. So I guess first question is, so with this being the second large unit in the game, do you see them appearing more frequently as is appropriate for game balance and lore needs? Answer, this gives us a way to introduce larger characters if and when we need in the game arises. We decide which characters add based on a number of factors, and large units give us flexibility for who is possible. Okay, that was very much a Kamala answer. So, how do you plan on fixing the economy? So, growing up, I was middle class. What? That's just like this. Do you see them appearing more often? Introducing large characters is for the if and when the need arises. What? What kind of crappy answer is that? It's literally a yes or no. Do you see them appearing more frequently? Yes. No. Not this weird-ass paragraph. Anyways, question number 2. Great Mother's basic reads, deal special damage to target enemy. If the target enemy was doomed, inflict tenacity down for 2 turns, and they lose 20% max health stacking until the end of the encounter, which can't be evaded or resisted. Which does not include the traditional excludes GL's qualifier that all similar effects have. Asajj Omicron, Gas Unique, etc. Is this just a small oversight, or can she alone reduce the max health of GLs? Good catch. This was oversight. She does not reduce the max health of GLs or raid bosses. I mean, I feel like, okay, like the answer says, good catch on their part that they noticed that, but I think it should have been implied. Like, it's obvious. GLs, again, like I always say, they're designed to be super OP. So they're designed to be just way over the top. So, obviously, it's going to include that GLs aren't going to have their health reduced and stuff. Just like raid bosses, they never have that because they're designed to be a very difficult enemy. But I guess it still does warrant the question if it's not explicitly stated. But I feel like it should be kind of obvious, Are the Omicrons for Grand Arena or Territory War? Summary of character says Grand Arena, but abilities say Territory War. Really? I didn't notice that. Huh. Yeah, I mean, geez, I did this kit reveal 2 weeks ago, but I don't remember even noticing what they were for in the first place. I mean, I think I noticed Grand Arena, because, Grand Arena is the best option to have them in, so I think I saw that, but I didn't realize it switched to Territory War anywhere. Anyways, this says that was an oversight, and we've since corrected that particular strategy tip in the kit reveal post. Thanks for letting us know. Or maybe that's why I didn't see it. Who knows? If this question was asked in time, then it could have been fixed in the kit by the time I read the kit. You know what I mean? So even though this post came after the kit reveal, the question could have been asked way before I even looked at the kit reveal. And then it's just CG finally releases this Q&A after the fact. So maybe that's why I didn't notice that. I'm just late to the party, I guess. Will Night Sister Zombie still revive since it can't be prevented? Yes, Night Sister Zombie will still be able to revive. I mean, I feel like that's kind of a given again, only because her revivability is part of her kit. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not like it's because of a leader or something, or a unique that somebody else has that allows her to keep reviving, like Mother Talzin or something has. Any tanks on the team, every time they're defeated, revive or something, you know what I mean? It's part of her kit, so it's like, well, I'd hope it would still work. I mean, because she keeps reviving as long as there's other Night Sisters. Well, these Night Sisters are Night Sisters, so revive should still work. Do GLs and raid bosses lose 5% defense per turn taken or a one-time reduction? The 5% defense reduction is a one-time reduction. Oh. So they only lose 5 per turn or just one time, just 5%? Well, that's kind of useless. Only 5%? Does Doomed override teams immune to protection disruption, i.e. Gungans? Yes, Doomed removes your protection permanently. Wow. I say wow because Gungans, their focus is all on protection, right? Yeah, you want to have super high protection on them, and then they also have some other mechanic where they lose a certain amount of their health so they can gain that as protection instead. So that means with Doomed, Gungans become like ridiculously easy to defeat. Because then they're gonna have low health with no protection. They have 100,000 protection and 20,000 health. I mean, I'm not trying to single out the Gungans or anything, acting like they're super impossible. I'm just saying, this example says i.e. Gungans, so then I was just thinking, piggybacking off of their suggestion. Anyways, so Blessed helps counter Cat, but how do we guarantee she attacks the Blessed target? I don't see anything forcing a taunt on the unit or Morgan before Cat attacks. In this specific case, Great Mother's unique ability grants stealth to Night Sister attackers at the start of each encounter, which triggers Morgan Elsbeth's unique ability, which gives her taunt. So it's just a long beat around the bush process to get the taunt. It's there, it's just 42 other things need to happen to trigger it. So, with the 2 granted abilities, do the Great Mothers get 2 bonus turns at the start of encounter? Yes. Yeah, I noticed that too when I did the kit reveal. It looks like they take 3 turns in a row. They take their 1 turn and then 2 bonus. So they get 3 turns. And at first I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. And then I was like, well, actually, technically there are 3 of them. So I guess that means that just each one is getting a turn to do something when it's their turn. You know what I mean? So, to me, that was a pretty obvious implied question, but I understand where their confusion could be. Also, why did CG actually answer this correctly? Why don't they give like a weird, dumb, long, drawn-out, beat-around-the-bush, word salad answer like they did to the first question? The leadership says it grants 30 speed without the Omicron, but 20 speed with the Omicron. Is this stacking, i.e. 50 speed with Omicron, or a typo? Yes, this is stacking, so Great Mothers will gain 50 speed in Territory Wars with her Omicron. Is it her? This dickbag meathead is all about doing the stupid pronoun bullshit. And here's a perfect example to say they, because there's actually 3 of them, and he says her. Oh, now you know how to use a singular pronoun properly. Any other time, you're talking about Seer Junda or something, they. Oh, they, blah, 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 they. Or what's the other one that he recently did, talking about, like Anakin or something, they. Like, no, bitch, it's he. Now all of a sudden there's 3 of them and it's she. Your dumbass they would work perfectly here, you moron. Nope. Now we know how to be normal and just say she. What a dickhead. I hate this stupid Tusken meathead moron. With his stupid lib nonsense he's always putting in here. He's not even consistent with it. Jeez, if you're gonna be a lib, at least be a full-time lib, not like a weird here and there lib. Oh, well, we're talking about this singular character. I'm gonna say they. But then later, I'm gonna say she. Oh, is there 3 of them? I'll say she, even though they would be perfect. But we can't offend the singular theys, so I'll just call this group of women she. Oh, such a moron. Anyways, I know it's a pointless tangent there, but this guy and his dumb grammatics just pisses me off. It's like, stop being a moron. Anyways, will toons with things akin to immune to skills based on max health be immune to the health reduction of Doom? I.e., will toons like Malik and Kylo Ren Unmasked be affected by Doom? Yeah, you spelled affected wrong. It should be the A version. Affected. No, only characters that are immune to max health reduction, EX Lord Vader, is immune to Doom's max health reduction. Okay, I think you screwed up there too. No, only characters that are immune to max health reduction. So you did plural there. Characters and are. Those are plural. Then all of a sudden, is. You switch to singular. I mean, I know you said example Lord Vader, but you did it in parentheses, so it's not really a part of that sentence. That means your real sentence is, no, only characters that are immune to max health reduction is immune to Doom's max health reduction. So this whole thing had grammatic errors in it. I don't know if that was like a subtle joke that they did because the effect was wrong, or what. But, if it wasn't, then wow. What is intended team comp for the Great Mothers? Great Mothers, Morgan Elsbeth is the main two. The last three can be Night Sister Acolyte, Night Sister Spirit, Talia, Night Sister Initiate, Death Trooper Peridia, and Night Trooper can also be options. I mean, that's kind of a dumb question because, A, they've basically said this since day one when they were releasing these new Night Sisters. But B, I mean, just use your brain for a second. There's already like a set team of Night Sisters. You know, we have Mother Talzin, Old Daka, Asajj, Marin, and Night Sister Zombie. That's already a set team. So whatever's left now, including these new ones, that would be the new team. I don't know why you gotta ask about that. It's kind of obvious. I mean, these Night Sisters also have different mechanics about them than the original one. You know, the original Night Sister squad is all about revives and stuff like that, where these Night Sisters are all about survivability. So there's no revives, but they have health and defense and all that instead as their gimmick. Like, anyways, at the start about it, do they get 2 bonus turns in a row? Yes. Okay, that question was basically already asked. I don't know why CG would put the same question in here twice. That's pretty dumb. Can more than one ally be blessed at the same time? Can more than one enemy be doomed? In Territory Wars, up to 2 allies can be blessed at a time, but only one enemy can be doomed at a time. On one hand, I guess that's good, so that way then, like, you're not, if you're going up against this, you're not getting, like, wiped out because of all their doom, but at the same time, if this Night Sister squad is your team, that kind of sucks. It's like, dang, I can only have one doomed at a time? Because it sounds like doomed is pretty serious. That's why I'm saying, like, it would suck if you could only do one at a time. Like, you're trying to wipe out your enemy, but you gotta do it in, like, a slow way. Why introduce Elite Marquee events with the Great Mother specifically, and what kinds of characters qualify for Elite Marquee status? This is something that will be rare for us to do and will be determined on a case-by-case basis. The vast majority of marquees will be as usual. I mean, at the end of the day, there was nothing like extra special with it being Elite Marquee. I mean, literally, it was a normal marquee event. I think they only called it Elite just because the Great Mothers are different themselves in the sense that they're considered a large unit. But otherwise, I mean, nothing was different. It's not like we were given extra shards or anything like that. It was exactly the same as every other marquee. They just added Elite to it to make it sound like it was something special. Why introduce Elite Marquee events with the Great Mother specifically, and what kinds of characters qualify for Elite Marquee status? Oops, we made this Night Sister too strong for Marquee. Oh, no. What? Are they saying that the Elite Marquee was supposed to be a little bit harder of an event because they thought the Great Mothers were a little too strong? So they're basically at, like, I don't know, a legendary character status, but they wanted them to just be a marquee? I don't understand what they're trying to say here. And why do they have the same exact question twice in a row? I mean, it's literally the same question. Same words and everything. Did they just decide to answer it 2 different ways? Or, like, what is this? I'm slightly trailing off here. Normally I'd be trailing off because I'm falling asleep because I do these really late, like it's 12:35 at night right now. Today I'm actually feeling pretty solid. I'm not sleepy, which is a little bit weird, but the reason I'm trailing off is there's this semi-large bug on my wall, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. It's a little too far away for me to have a good look at it, but I think it's a cricket. But if it is a cricket, it's a bit random. I don't know how a cricket got in here. Like, usually what I see in here are either those big black ants, or I get stupid little fruit flies. Usually they just hang out near my trash, though. Or I get, stink bugs. That's been recent. That's been a more recent thing, too. I don't know what's up with the stink bug invasion. That's only been within the last couple of years. And then here and there you see a little house centipede. I say little because I only have little ones. I've seen videos of big ones. Those are terrifying. At least mine are just little. And it's kind of rare when I see them. But yeah, so now I'm just looking at this other thing like, what is this now? Looks like a cricket. But I'm not sure. And like, he's walking all over my movies. I have movies displayed on a shelf on my wall. Now he's all over my movies. And I'm like, get out of here. I don't even know what you are. Anyways, another pointless little tangent. I just wanted to explain why I'm kind of like slowing down, because I'm not really focusing on this article. I'm focusing on the wall. Anyhow, both FW and Goss are forced abilities. Which one takes priority? It shouldn't matter which one goes first, but currently Fate Weaving triggers before Gift of Shadows. Hey, good on you, CG, to actually put the full version of what those are and not the abbreviation. I hate how everyone uses abbreviations nowadays, talking about characters, talking about moves, talking about factions. You know, they do it everywhere. They do it in articles on the forums. They do it in the guild chat. They do it on Discord. Everywhere. You watch a YouTube video, it's in the comments, all the abbreviations, and it's like, sometimes it gets confusing. Like, what are you talking about? You're trying to think, what the F is this supposed to mean? And you're racking your brain, trying to figure it out. And it's like, can't they just say what it is? Like, some of them are obvious. So we know, like gas. Okay, everyone knows that's General Anakin Skywalker. It's just way easier to say gas, because it's an actual word to begin with. So it's just way easier to say that than General Anakin Skywalker every time. But other times they use weird acronyms, and it's like, what? Who are you talking about? Like this. I didn't know what FW was or GOS. So at least putting Fate Weaving and Gift of Shadows, it's like, oh, okay. Do I know those moves and what they do? No, but at least it's better than FW and GOS. Anyways, next question. Will the actual battles in the marquee event be any different since this is an elite marquee? Nope. Exactly. That's what I just said. It's basically exactly the same. Like, what's different? The battle, I guess it was supposed to be a little harder because the characters are stronger or something. I don't know. Next question. I feel like there's a lot of questions in this one. Jeez, the beginning of this article said it would be a 4-minute read. Granted, I know I'm adding a lot of commentary and stuff, but God, look at this. I mean, the status bar over there. It's like halfway down. How many questions are here? Oh, anyways, is this meant to be an offensive, defensive, or balanced team? This team is quite balanced. You have a lot of offensive pressure with doomed and damage from the Night Sister attackers. But at the same time, Morgan protects the team with taunt, and the less tanky attackers will almost always have stealth and foresight. If we have the Great Mothers and 3 other units, does that still count as an undersized squad, since that's technically 6 people? As far as the game is concerned, Great Mothers counts as 1 unit. Yes. I think I was thinking about that way in the beginning, because I thought it would be funny, because, you know, there are 3 women standing there, but they count as 1 character in the game. So I was thinking it's funny because when you look at their overall power ratings and stuff, like say you get them to Relic 7 or whatever, and then their power's at, 30,000 or whatever, it's like normally a character will be at 30,000 power, let's say, and that's just them. But I was like, these Great Mothers, there's 3 of them, so that means the 30,000 power is split amongst the 3, so they're actually weak. Each one's only 10,000 power. But I was like, that's not really how it works, though, because this is a game, and this is kind of the whole shtick of the game. This is how, you know what I mean? Like, it's a hero collector, so even though they're 3 individuals, they just come together as 1 unit. But yeah, so that's silly, too, because that means with a full squad, say you have 4 other characters plus Great Mothers, you'd have 7 characters on the field, essentially. Which is gonna probably look kind of goofy. You're gonna have like a really crowded field. And that's also goofy, because it says if you have only 3 other units, you'd still have 6 on the field, even though you're undersized, and it's gonna seem oxymoronical. Anyhow, it doesn't feel like Talia got much love. Any reason Night Sister healers didn't get something like, what? Like -1 to cooldowns when they drop below 100% health? Oh, PSNS, here we go, another dumb abbreviation. What is this? PSNS have been my favorite team since Mother Talzin release, so nice to see the appreciation. What is PSNS? Night Sisters, I don't know. It's nice to see another fellow Night Sister enjoyer. Talia is actually quite strong with Great Mothers, and even required in certain matchups because her Dispel is invaluable against dark side leaders. Well then, that's good to see Talia getting some love in one way or another, you know what I mean? She's been in the game forever and just semi-useless. I mean, she's really only valuable in the early game when everything's all about healers on your squads, and then it kind of just falls off and you never use her anymore. So I guess this gives her new utility to join this squad, so good for her, I suppose. Was it ever considered to release each mother separately? We briefly considered it, but they always seem together and work so tightly together, so it felt odd to split them up. Yes, you know, that's... From a money standpoint, I'm sure that's what you were considering, releasing them separately, because that's 3 characters that the Whales and Krakens could work on, so that's more money in your pocket for the relics, for the stars, for the everything. But if you're going by the actual lore of the show and all that, yeah, I mean, splitting them up is kind of weird. They are always together, so they basically are one unit. So what you guys did, making them a large unit and all that, was the perfect, correct choice. Oh, here we go. All these questions have been good. I mean, there's been weird doubles and stuff which don't make sense, but they've all been good until this dumb nonsense. What color would the Great Mothers be in Magic the Gathering? Black, obviously. White buffs and maybe splash something else for flavor. But definitely black-white base. Cool. What a dumb question. Why include that in the discussion about a new character for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Answer the question privately. You don't have to put it in part of your forum response. What's this? Nothing? Okay, it's just this dickhead's profile and then a dumb thing of Grogu in IG-11 or whatever. Alright. That was way more than just 4 minutes. So, yeah. A little delayed on this. I don't like that I am. It's just, I guess it is what it is. But there it is. Great Mothers Q&A. So that's all I got for now. Up next, actually maybe not up next, but pretty soon, is another kit reveal. I saw it in the forums when I saw this, so that will be recorded soon. I don't know when it'll be uploaded, but it'll be coming as well, so that's cool. And yeah, as always, thanks for checking this out with me, and until next time, I said see ya.